Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing: single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about if Beka will yell at Darren. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Matt Monica, Darren McRoy, and Jeff Andresi.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Hey-oh, so yeah, the instant answer to the question is, will Beka yell at Darren? The answer is yes, but not today. Not today. Yep. He gets a reprieve. It's like he was sitting here, coming on here, and then he just got a call from the governor. Beka's not going to be on today. So,
yep. But it's not permanent.
I was dreading it all day, and then when you said Beka wasn't going to be on, I was like, oh. Right. Then it's easy mode.
Yeah. So Beka hadn't planned on going to Key West. She said she has a bunch of things to do. Royce was going down there, but then he said, "Hey, you're coming with me. We're going." So she claimed she was forced to go to Key West. That doesn't mean she was forced not to be on the show, but I get it. Hey, if I was going to be in Key West, I don't want to be bogged down podcasting. I want to be doing the fun things you can do when you are in Key West. So she is not on. Darren does not get yelled at on the show, but we're gonna change it up. Darren had a unique day today at the Barrel Shop. He had some podcaster / YouTuber guys come in. We'll talk to him about that, find out what that experience was like and what to anticipate and when we might be able to see that and all that kind of stuff. Whatever he knows, we'll talk about that after the break. For right now, though, this is my first show after the big retirement weekend at the ABV Barrel Shop. It was an incredible weekend. It was amazing events. It was, I guess, 3 days of activities. It was a Thursday night event starring Stephen Fonte and a surprise guest of Freddie Johnson, which was unbelievable. I think we've done some great events, but I think that might have to be the greatest one we've ever done, Darren, don't you think?
There's nothing that can touch it. I was trying to think about that. I was like, yeah, the Ebony Majors blending class was amazing, and every time we rinks in is amazing. And
the Jack Daniels one with the bourbon and with the barbecue in that was really good.
I hadn't thought about that one yet. That one's also up there, but
that's
still
way up there. But I think this was the one. So it was an incredible night,
and just a total surprise.
So for Stephen Fonte, yes, our other presenter, Freddie had called me. We were having problems getting in our Sazerac barrel. And I had said, hey, if you could be there, we'd like to do this. And we ultimately didn't get the barrel, but I had not heard back from Freddie, so I thought, well, he's not going to come in. Well, then he called me and said, hey, just so you know, it was going to be a surprise. I was going to come in, but you said you've been having problems getting the Sazerac barrel. I really need to make sure you're going to have it if I'm going to trek over there on, Buffalo Trace's dime. And I said, I didn't get it. It's never showed up. So they had to get involved. They made some calls, and it didn't get in time for Thursday, but it did make it in time for while he was still in town. He left town Saturday morning, and he came by the shop for a couple hours and signed the last of the bottles. Believe it or not, we sold that whole barrel, 32 cases of liters of Sazerac 100 in, it was hours. We got it like 3:00 on Friday. It sold out by noon on Saturday. So it was in the store like 6 hours maybe. So incredible sales.
And that was the mysterious barrel that went missing.
Yeah, that was. So Sazerac solved that, and of course the distributor got us one last time. There's supposed to be a barrel with it. That is not ours. That goes to the customer who won the right to do that, and they shipped it without the barrel. So now we're still screwing with them. Going to try to get the barrel.
Oh, jeez, where that thing ended up.
First call in the morning when I know they'll take my call.
So it's ridiculous, but it is what it is. So Friday, so I did know about that Freddie was coming. It would have been the ultimate surprise if he didn't have to tell me. And that we had the Sazerac barrel ready to go, and we were just waiting to do. But I knew about it, but it was still just an amazing day. And seeing him surprise Fonte, who those two are very good friends. He and Bernie Lubbers and Freddie are doing some events together. They call themselves the Three Amigos, and they just go to represent the bourbon industry and have some fun with that. So that's kind of a cool thing.
Most surprised though was actually Steinkamp. Steinkamp's face when Freddie Johnson walked in. I thought we were gonna have to like escort him out. He was like, Freddie.
Right.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. He has that sort of, impact on people. I mean, so him just being there, and it was a great night. We let the program roll with Stephen Fonte. Of course, we introduced Freddie at the beginning, and then we let Fonte roll with his, and he's an amazing guy, and they gave me an incredible gift. He and Stephen Beam carry around these special, customized, I don't know if you want to call it like a briefcase that carries whiskey in it and glasses and cigars and, 45, and they gave me one of those at the end of the night. Fonte did. So there's 3 people that have those now: me, Stephen Beam, and Stephen Fonte, which is pretty cool. You got to be named Stephen to get that, and with the PHEN, by the way. So if anybody's out there, STEVEN, you don't get it. You're not eligible. It's PHEN. All 3 of us.
Damn, my name change is not.
It's just like the one Fonte showed us. It's got that whole.
I got one of those now. Yeah, that's cool.
That is awesome.
I will be using that 100%. So that's a really, really neat thing to have. So that was, and then after Stephen got done, we did bring Freddie up, and again, Freddie talks, and there's people crying. I'm getting weepy. They got me on camera. Meredith shot me on film crying because he starts talking about his father, and it gets me when you start talking about his dad and the loss of his father, and that takes me down that road as well, and it's not a happy place for me, and but a lot of people in there were crying. That's just how Freddie Johnson is. He's an impactful, powerful speaker, and I would guess if you're not engaged by that, you might not be human. You might want to check to see if you're an alien or something. I don't know. He's that powerful. So that was,
and it's not like it took a long time for people to get there. I think people were crying within like the first 3 words that he said. It was like just the tone of his voice even just gets you in the mood to cry.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
fantastic.
That was Friday night. So you think, man, it can't be any better than that. And then Saturday, of course, we had the big retirement day, and so many people took off of work to be there all day. I forget how many sales we had that day, but it was it was good. The day ends up going into our top 10 and the highest ranking sales day ever that wasn't a festival. So our festivals are huge, and almost you got to look at that as a different way than you do just a regular sales day. But so many people were there, and so I was there all day with them, and you think, oh man, that's 9 to 8, so 11-hour shift. You're thinking that's going to be tough. It went by fast. It was just a group of people. We never had a time when there was no one in the store. There was
never a time when I got there at like 11:30 that there wasn't more than less than 5.
Right, yeah.
And not including me, you, and Justine or anyone else that was around. It was
customers.
just 5 customers were always in there until we closed up shop.
Yeah, and then you had people traveling in from a long distance. Besides Justine, of course, she's there traveling in. But then you've got the Patridges, the Swyatts, so There's
Bob
others.
Whitlatch.
Yeah, Bob Whitlatch coming in from Ohio. There's a lot of people trekking in from long away places. A lot of people took off work. David and Sonia. David
came in from North County. That's been far these days.
Well, and she's a caretaker for her mom, so
Yeah.
So she had to make arrangements to get that done. That ends up being a big deal. So you start thinking about that, what she's got to do to get to be there. David and Sonia. David famously does not take vacation days. He's a hardworking guy that just goes there. He took off. He was there, to be able to come in and everybody's not there the full 11 hours. They go there for a while, then they go to lunch and come back or, whatever. So it was just this incredible day. And then we followed with a party afterwards.
So many great pictures posted. I loved it getting to see everyone.
Yeah, so many people there. And then at that event, Meredith had made this great cheesecake, so I had that. And then the biggest thing, though, I think was Justine had done a couple things. She created a blend out of mostly of her barrel picks as well as some other favorite whiskeys of mine. It was fantastic. You guys got to try that. It's at the shop. I gotta grab that because I want to preserve that for you guys. But I'll get it to you to try. And then the other thing was she gave me a gift that had like all my bourbon friends on there. So and again, she did all that on her own. Yeah, I had no idea that was going on, and so she had to work behind the scenes to make sure she captured. And again, you're always somebody being like, "Well, he left me off," or I got left off there. Well, I get it. That's a lot of people, and Justine's not me either. So she did a lot of hard work to try to figure out who should be on there, and I think she did an amazing job.
She did do an amazing job because most of those people are like, "Hey, I'm not on there." We're also like, "Hey, I have never posted a picture of my face once on social media."
Yes,
so
that was the thing.
That sucks to suck.
Right. So yeah.
That was fun to dig through that, and I know a fraction of them, but it was really neat.
Yeah. So
Linda was so excited. She was like, "You need to look at the Facebook post." She was like, "Go look for your face."
Yeah,
for her face. And she's like, "I think Justine did you dirty."
Well, somebody did the.
I'm sorry.
AI.
No, it actually looked great. It was awesome. Really cool.
Yeah, it's
AI
such a fun
and I
thing.
thought a lot about pictures.
Right.
I redid a lot of them, and I did the best that I could.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do. So.
Well, that didn't take you 10 minutes. It was. I bet that took quite a bit of time.
Yeah, you probably don't even want to know yourself the amount of time you got into that one, Justine. That's amazing.
I really didn't keep track because it
Right.
took a long time to find the pictures from Instagram or Facebook. Luke Otero's picture, I had to go to LinkedIn and I found a picture of him and his son at a golf outing because he's not on social media.
He has no social media presence. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Was he in a baseball cap?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I could only do so many pictures at a time to convert them into the cartoons because there's apparently a limit. So I could only do so many, and then I had to wait 24 hours.
Right.
Or I could do some more, and so it was a couple months process.
Yeah.
at least.
I'm sure. I have no doubt. There's a lot of work that went into that. That I know. But it's very cool. Everyone's in the same format. That's the big thing too. It's not like different styles of drawing people. They all look like they were drawn by the same artist. Like if you commissioned that, you went to an artist and said, "Here, draw all these people." That's what it would come out like. And so that's really a testament to the hard work that you did. It's a cool thing. And so that day, and then I had to work Saturday. So big retirement thing on Friday, but then I had to work Saturday. And again, that's just a matter of hours. I was out of town early in the week. Again, the anticipation was that I wouldn't be there Saturday. So then when things changed a little bit, then I had to be there on Saturday. So I had to work all day, but I had Justine and the warden with me. And we had a lot of stuff organized and things like that. Because again, this isn't a 3-person job, though we were incredibly busy in the morning. So and that's the crazy thing to think about. We talked about the world record day that we had going on Friday. We had the biggest sales day ever without a festival. We broke that on Saturday. So that's a crazy thing to think about. But we had the bulk of that barrel of Sazerac to sell. We also, it's Fight Club Day, so just behind the scenes, we have a club and it gets charged on the first of the month. So that plays into that, how it breaks the record. But it ends up being this incredible day, and saw some friends. A lot of friends came in to see Freddie, of course, and then after that, and then it was a little bit slow, but then not totally dead or anything. People would come in. It would just be it wasn't the usuals because the regulars had been there so much recently, but we just, a normal Saturday traffic, we get new people coming in. It was cool to see. So that was so that ends out the crazy 3 days of the retirement stuff. So, and again, I'm going to be sticking around for about 3 weeks doing some training with folks. We've got 5 new people coming in, and we're going to be training those individuals and getting them up to speed and ready to work on their own and stuff. So that's going to be a cool thing, helping them out, passing on knowledge, and then I'll be able to fully retire to completely behind the scenes, which would be awesome. So looking forward to that. So that gets you guys up to speed about the big retirement weekend. If you were wondering how all that went down, well, there you go. It was an amazing weekend. We missed you if you didn't get to attend. Thank you for coming if you did attend. So there you go. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? We know Justine can't drink. She's actually on the road. You're talking about someone pulling a tough weekend. She's driving home right now, so she can't drink, obviously. So she's out. That's why you'll see me ignore her for this. But we'll start out with Darren. Darren, what do you got?
I have the Old Monroe High Wheat Mash Bill. This is a Jefferson County Bourbon Collective pick. I don't even know where I got this from. Here we go.
Okay, decent. For one that's been open several times, that sounded decent to me. Matt, you're next.
Well, in honor of Darren coming back to the podcast, I've got Horse and Jockey, which the original Horse and Jockey,
yeah,
which I believe he loves as well. So,
I do.
Okay, that was a little bit better.
Very well loved.
Yeah, very well loved, but good enough to take the lead.
Nice.
Jeff, you're next.
So I also have some Old Monroe. This is the 9-year, 2-month.
Okay. A little squeak there. I think that Matt held on, basically, is what I think. It was close, but I think Matt held on. I've got from Potter Jane, I got Big Vat Liar. Big Vat Liar. All right, let's see what we got here. No. Squeaky and not enough to take it over. So, Matt, you get it, buddy. Cheers to Matt.
Cheers, Matt.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about something different. It was scheduled to be Will Beka yell at him, and that's not going to happen. So we're going to talk about the social media visitors at the ABV Barrel Shop today. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
This is Willie C. Moore, and I'm here with MB Rowan, and you're listening to the Bourbon Kit Daily.
You were right.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we are going to talk to Darren about the social media people that came into the shop today to film.
Yes, we are. So you had, I got notice this morning that somebody called the Bourbon Nerds. I assume it's a group of people. Of course, you hear just from one. Cody, I heard from. Turns out he knows a guy that I know. They're from Texas, and a guy I went to high school with was a buddy. Had lost track of him, actually, until probably the last 2 years, I guess. Well, no. He first started coming around when I was open the store, because he came in when I was building out the store before it was open. So it does, I guess, 4 years ago we reconnected, and I've been friends ever since. Checking back in, so that's been nice. He knew him, and he's like, "Can I come out of the store?" And I'm like, "Well, I won't be there, but this will actually be good because Darren will be there, and he's taking over anyway. So it'll be nice that it'll be the guy that he interviews." So Darren, what was it like? And tell us a little bit of how it went and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it was actually awesome. So, first things first, and just because I just learned this, this was the first thing we talked about when they came in. They're actually not from Texas. They're 20 minutes from Robert Licorice's place, Iron Root, but in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And so, like, basically Texas.
Yes.
But
yes, yeah.
Culturally Texas for sure. Just not actually from Texas. And so they came in. And they didn't come in rolling, which I think is always nice. They came in and got a feel for the place first, asked me a couple questions, and then we went on talking. Believe it or not, when they kept asking me questions, I talked for quite a bit of time. I think ended up being like 2 hours that they were in the store. Now,
Okay.
some of that was with the camera off. And
Right.
But they are definitely like our type of people looking for cool bourbon experiences and cool whiskey things. They're literally just driving to Kentucky today. They're gonna go see what they can find at the Kentucky liquor stores, hit up a couple distilleries. It sounded like they might be trying to do an interview with McCully because so there was 3 guys. 2 of them are the actual people that do the podcast and the show, and then a third one's a friend that's on there periodically. But the friend knows McCully from somewhere, like might have went to high school with him, or so. It seemed like they know each other pretty well, so they're trying to get him pinned down. They had one of those really cool, like the best cameras for filming inside like little stores. It's like it could fit in your pocket, it can turn multiple directions, and it's like very nice size. They were really interested in rye whiskeys.
Okay.
And weird, different, funky stuff.
Okay.
But then they also had never been, like, Dark Arts isn't sold much in Oklahoma. Old Louisville isn't sold much in Oklahoma. Bourbon Deluxe isn't sold there. And so there was all these brands that have that little bit of online following that they were really excited to ask about and talk about. And everything like that.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. And did they give you a timeline how long till this will be out or anything?
So once we stopped recording, we just started having fun talking about cool things. And I did not ask that question, but I think it will be pretty soon because we're in the beginning of their trip. So this morning they stopped down in Whiskey Tango's in Springfield, which is an amazing liquor store down in Springfield, Missouri. But I don't think we're going to be a part of the same video as that, or they might lump them in on the back end of us. What they're planning on, because this is the first part of their trip, these being the first videos to come out, and then they'll do the Kentucky stuff a little bit later.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So
How many were there?
Words with a Z, right?
Yes, correct. With a Z at the end, yeah.
How many people were in the group?
So there's 2 guys that are actually on the podcast, my understanding, and then there was a third that basically does all the cool stuff with the podcast. Like anytime they're going on a trip, he's going to take time off work and go drive with them to Kentucky. There was supposed to be a 4th, He couldn't get off, and they all looked at each other after 2 stops and like, it's probably a good thing he didn't come. I don't think we have enough room in the car for everyone's booze because
Right.
they were getting bottles and everything, and they're going to go into Kentucky. They're going to get more.
Yeah, for sure.
Sent them to Bistro. They were wanting a good place to eat a nice dinner in Louisville. I was like, Bistro's your place. You can't go wrong there.
That's for sure.
Yeah, and they're not even like looking for like allocated stuff. It's really, they live in Oklahoma, and there's no such thing as a good liquor selection in Oklahoma, evidently. And so they're like, let's just go look at better whiskey than we have back home. It's kind of the plan.
Yeah. We talked to that guy in Oklahoma that one time that says they can't sample. You know, if they pop a cork to sample something out for an event, which they can do that, but that has to be poured down the drain.
They have to dump it at the end of the night.
They have to shoot a video of them pouring it down the drain, which is stupid.
And I told them that, and they're like, that makes sense why we can never try anything in Oklahoma now. They hadn't figured it out. They were just
right. Yeah. There's not too many liquor stores that are going to be like, okay, we'll open this up and let you taste it, and then we got to dump it at the end of the night. So, that's very stupid.
You'd understand wine because you'd have to basically dump it anyway, but no one doing whiskey would.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. So, yeah. I always like to know they're just good guys. They're
great guys. That's actually why I was running late to the podcast, is because they were such good guys. We were just hanging out.
That's cool.
They brought in, as their words, the best Oklahoma distillery, and left a little bottle for you to try.
Okay.
That's back on your desk. It was really pretty good. I don't remember the name. It started with an H though, but they were really good. It's pot distilled. They're about to hit their 11th year in business. Evidently they have a 10-year coming out, and they've never sourced anything. And so that was cool. And then they brought in, cause there's a group, or a store that they do some barrel picks for. And so they brought in a short barrel pick that they did.
Okay.
That was pretty good too.
All right.
So
how old were they?
Whiskey and stories and everything about that. I also, because they're staying in Indiana, and we talked a little bit about Starlight. I was like, you got to go see Starlight. And they're like, it's just like a distiller. I'm like, no, it's really not. And so Starlight has been added to their docket. Just to go poke their head around.
All right. That sounds good. Jeff had a question of how old were they?
What else were we talking about?
No, how old are they, Darren?
How old are they, Darren?
I would say I'm really bad at people's ages.
Right.
So, and I'm going to guess on the older side, because I tend to be young. I cannot nail people's ages.
I tend to be the youngest.
They were like 60-ish.
Yeah. So one of them I'm going to say is about 50, and then the other ones were probably like 40, 45.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay.
Give or take, I'm confident within 15 years.
15 years. Okay. All right.
It's a pretty thick margin of error there.
I have lost this game a lot. I know myself. I'm bad at it.
Yeah. I recently swung and missed by about 20 years on Derek Lane, so I get it. So, yeah. Sometimes you can miss. So, yeah. I thought he was like sub 30, and it turns out he's like 50-ish in there. So, yeah, which is crazy. I wish I looked that good. I'm never that guy where they're like, man, you look so young. I've never been that guy. Even when I was a young man, I looked older, which has worked out. You know, when you're young, it's pretty cool. When you're 18 and you look like you're 25.
Well, yeah, maybe I need to bring back the U on my hair, like on the
right. So we just had my mom's 80th birthday, and we took some pictures. And it's like, good God, she looks younger than I do. So it's
there
when does that happen age-wise? Like, when do you stop thinking it's cool that people think you look older? Because I haven't hit that point yet.
For me, it was 18 years old. Because I had I had already started receding my hair. It was just horrible, and it was just one of these things. And in fact, like Linda and I went, I think it was before a dance or something, and we went out to a restaurant local in town, and they were like, "Wine, sir?" I'm like, "Well, yes." Yes.
I totally know how to order wine at a restaurant.
So I don't know. I think as far as age, I think 30 is the first time people take pause on their age. And again, looking back when you're my age, 30's nothing. 30's a breeze. 40, you start getting some creaks and groans, but still, 40s are still pretty good. And then 50's the real deal. 50's where the shit starts falling apart.
I turned 50 this year, and I got pneumonia about a month after. Freaking awesome.
That's just the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like shit. Yeah. Okay.
Expect pneumonia when I turn 50. Got it written down?
There's times when I'm walking down the steps and it feels like I tore my ACL, and it'll feel like that for like 3 days, and then it goes away. But then I'm on to some other pain. Oh, my shoulder! I'm definitely gonna have to get my shoulder worked on. It's just you get all these just weird aches and pains. That's the 50s for sure. All right. On that note, we're gonna wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at the Bourbon Adventures.
All right, Matt.
I'm going to change it up and say you can find me at Copper Road Experiences.
Nice.
Info at copperroadexperiences.com.
To reach out. All right.
Cool.
Okay. We've been flying under the radar still. Do you know how many people we've had sign up, even though we haven't really promoted this yet?
There's about 100 that have signed up.
That's
so
pretty.
far.
That's a
And
pretty good start.
I haven't looked since we hit the App Store officially, so
Okay.
I'm assuming we're going to get some more. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. We're going now, so I'm dedicating part of the time this week to really start working on that, and so we are. This is part of the retirement thing, and here I am. So here we are. So, all right, Jeff, how about you?
I'm still on Facebook, Instagram, and the Cigar Dojo. Jeff Andreezy, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
Justine.
Currently, you can find me crossing into Michigan and on Instagram at JA_Bays.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley across all social media. ABVnetwork.com is where you can find out what's going on with our shows and things like that. ABVBarrelShop.com, everything that's happening with the Barrel Shop. And check out Bourbon Sasquatch on YouTube as well. Justine, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.